Hello, YouTube. I'm sure most of you or all of you have seen this story about Jasmine Crockett and the judge. If you have not seen the story or the video, please go do so. It is by Narrative Stories. Someone sent me this video asking me my thoughts. First thing that I was thinking was my thoughts on what? The abuse with people with titles? That's my first thought. But then as I listened to the video and the story, I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. And so there are a lot of judges or people in political power that let their titles go to their head. They do stuff, they say stuff just because they can, because they are the judge. Nothing's going to happen to them. Who's going to say something rude to the judge because they are the judge? People come to my courtroom all the time and complain to me. I'm like, well, what, you talking about the judge? Wait till he come in here and tell the judge. But we know that's not going to happen. And so the judge was just cutting her off, didn't let her get anything out. And I just like, oh my gosh, this judge is off the chain. And you have a lot of judges that look down on people. They talk to people any kind of way. They're disrespectful. They're egotistic. They think people are beneath them and people are peons. And like I said, I'm not saying all judges do or all people in political power do that, but you do have some that mistreat people that come into the courtroom, and also people that are behind chambers. They do it. It happens. It happens. And so for me, what I was thinking as I listened to the story, first of all, I commend Ms. Crockett for even taking the case, because you're not going to find most or many attorneys that's going to take on a case pertaining to another party or another person that's in political power, especially a judge. You're not going to find any attorneys that's going to take on a case and prosecute a judge. That's just not going to happen, y'all. Unless the attorney just don't care, they don't like the judge, but usually they're from a different state or a different county for them to even take on this case. So I commend her for even taking on the case. And so even during when she was trying to talk to the judge to present her case, how he kept cutting her off. So it was so much tension in the courtroom. People are laughing. The defense attorney and the judge are, hee and ha, giving eye contact. You see that. And so to the point she was like, hey, all this tension, I can feel it. Basically, she asked the judge, hey, can we go behind chambers and talk about this? Because clearly something's going on. Now, I'm not saying he was prejudiced or racist. I'm not saying that. By no means. I just think he just was an egotistic judge. And maybe he knew her cases. He just didn't want to hear anything she had to say. A lot of people say that Jasmine Crockett is ghetto. I hear all kind of stories about her. But my thoughts is, everybody can be a little ghetto, have ghetto tendencies. Not saying that she is, but everybody can be a little ghetto, have ghetto tendencies. But the question is Jasmine Crockett really ghetto, or is she confident? Is she confident in the way she speaks, the way she moves, the way she carries herself? And some people can't take how she moves. Some people can't take that. They think she's aggressive or has no filter. So is her ghetto really confidence? Your thoughts on that? I think we need more Jasmine Crockett's to stand up for what's right, to stand up for justice, to be the voice for others, to say what other people are thinking. Especially when you have people in political power, so many people that have been abused or taken advantage of or mistreated because, and they don't do anything, they don't take action because it's someone in political power. They'll feel no one is going to hear them, no one's going to care because of who they're up against. It happens. And for her to take a stand for what's right and for justice, we need more people like that. Someone that's able and willing to take one for the team. And I believe in the video it says she was pro bono. I don't know, did I read she did pro bono work before? I'm not for sure. But if that's the case, that's even better for taking on a case for the unfortunate. So my thing is, it doesn't matter who you are or what title you hold, what credential you hold. You cannot be shady and have unclean hands. You just can't do it. You can be taken down. Justice has to be served on all those that commit a crime, regardless of who you are, judge or not. Now, was it unethical for her to expose a judge or expose a judge in a courtroom? I believe that was the thought of the person seeing the video. But was it unethical for the judge to be disrespectful, to talk down on her, to cut her off in front of everybody, to deny her motion before even hearing the complaint? Was that unethical? Or is it okay because he's the judge? Some things can be dished out when it's your turn. How dare you? Do you know who I am? I'm the judge. And that's how some judges think. The minds of people with power that think they cannot be touched. So, and just a food for thought for you guys to chew on. Watch who heads you step on your way up the ladder or while you're up there sitting in high places. Because those are the very people you'll see on your way down. So can you imagine this judge now as he got exposed for the crime and the fraud that he has committed? Can you imagine the headlines? They're going to say his whole government name. They're going to tell where he worked at, all his credentials, and then they're going to dig deep. And social media do not care. They are straight shooters. They don't care about nobody being no judge. So just imagine the scrutiny that he's going to go through now. If he had just taken the time and humbled himself and talked with her behind chambers, this could have been resolved behind, closed doors. People settle outside of court all the time. But because the prideful and the arrogant spirit and the demeanor that he had, because he's wearing a robe, now it's going to come back to bite him. It's going to come back to bite him. And then even the defense attorney, basically was like, you sure you want to do this? And basically she was saying, oh, I got something for you. Let's talk about this. He had to humble himself too. So again, sometimes you can do things that's not wrong, but it's unethical. And I think just this whole situation in the courtroom was just unethical for this judge. And was it okay for her to do what she did inside the courtroom in front of millions of, or in front of, not say millions of people, but in front of people? I don't know, y'all. And I'm saying that because he is a judge. Does that make it wrong? We think about that, but we don't think about how he acted before he got exposed. So let me know y'all thoughts on that. Was Jasmine Crockett wrong for exposing a judge? Not only a judge, but inside a courtroom, in public, in front of people? Was she wrong for that? Was that unethical? Should she not have done that because he's a judge? That wasn't the right place, the right time to do that? I think we need more people. I know some attorneys you all that have no filter at all. They don't even care. Some things must be said. And you have to use the right vessel to say it. So until the next video, y'all keep y'all coffee ready. But comment below. Was Miss Crockett wrong for what she did? For exposing the judge in a public place, in front of people? Let me know your thoughts.